I am Ray, and the Matrix doesn't want you to see this video, because by the end of it you will be free. And I don't mean the Matrix like you make a bunch of money and move somewhere real nice. No, the Matrix is in your mind. You see, if life was a video game, everybody in this world believes themselves to be the character in the game, and they think that escaping the Matrix is by building the best character, by getting all the best stuff. But no, you are still a slave to the construct, to the system, to the rules of the game. But once you realize that you are not in the game, but you are behind the screen with the controller in your hands, then you are truly free. And life does not begin until you recognize this fact. Because so long as you believe yourself to be the character in the game, you will always be rooted in fear. Because you are operating from a very limited perspective. The burdens of the world are on your shoulders. You have to figure everything out. All of your problems, all of your struggles, they're on you. But when you realize that you are not the character, you are safe, you are free to live and express yourself fully. Because you realize that there is nothing in this game that can hurt you. Even if there are big scary monsters in the game that you have to fight, you, in truth, are already free. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna implies to Arjuna that the source of all of our suffering is ignorance. Ignorance specifically of our true nature. And this is what I have found to be true in my own experience. You see, most people assume that they are their body or that they are their mind. We live life as a person, a unique individual doing our own unique things in our own unique story. We have an identity and a story around that identity, and that is the reality in which we are living in. And this is why we do not experience reality as it is. We experience reality as we are. Because there is no separation between the experiences that you have and the mind that experiences them. So we think we are experiencing the real world, but in truth we experience our own inner reality projected out into an outer world. So in truth we are experiencing ourselves. Everything in our world is a reflection of us. And we attract many of the different problems and struggles that we face. You see, the external circumstances of our current environment are generally irrelevant. Because the moment you recognize your true power, once you recognize your true nature and claim authority over your power, you become more and more able to bend reality to your will. And I say the price of ignorance is slavery and death. Because when you are ignorant of your true nature, you are a slave to this construct, to this illusion. But once you recognize your true nature as the light, what power does the darkness have while in the presence of the light? No power. So there is nothing to be afraid of. You see, what you are in truth is the infinite power of creation. And we are designed here on this earth to be creators. So as a mind, as a separate individual, you have the power to direct this infinite source of creation that you are. But so long as you are ignorant of this true nature, you will be unaware of all the ways you are creating your reality through the direction of your mind, through your attention. As it is often said, where attention goes, energy flows. And energy is the source of creation. But the energy that we are talking about, the very nature of what you are, is the infinite, is the eternal. It is energy beyond the boundaries of space and time. And this is called consciousness. And although this may be a bit too much to digest at one time, but the nature of reality as such is that we are all the same one consciousness, the infinite, the eternal divine essence of God, experiencing itself through an infinite array of different forms. So when people say God is the universe, they are talking about God in form. But our true nature is God in the formless state. Now see if you can recognize the implications of this realization. That you as God in the ultimate formless state have complete dominion over yourself in form. And this is why, for instance, Jesus Christ could perform miracles. This is why many mystics and Hindu saints are able to perform miracles, such as levitation, or being in two places at one time, or being able to restore body parts after having them severed, to be able to read all of your memories and your past history just by being in your presence, to be able to materialize things out of thin air, and to use your imagination to create any reality that you desire. Few humans, since the beginning of time, have had access to these powers. But imagine a world where most humans have this power. Now the question is, all of this information is already widely available. And so as we progress, we will see more and more God-like human beings. And if you do not recognize your own God power, then imagine what it would be like living in their world. It would be like being a cow, completely at the mercy of this higher being and used for its resources. Although the price of ignorance is slavery and death, the reward of awareness is freedom. Now, the chances are you won't suddenly come into this kind of profound realization. A lot of the times, intellectually, we may know something is true, but we may not actually experience it to be true. Knowledge is the first step, but experience is the last. And so how does one come to the realization of their true nature as the divine? Well, it's quite simple. The only reason that we live in illusion is because we identify with the source of illusion itself. Now, if you are particularly mentally sensitive, be wary of what I am about to say. If you were to close your eyes right now and try to find the person you believe yourself to be, where would you find them? You look in the mirror every morning and go out into the world and you say, yes, this is who I am. I am identified with my job or my role as a family member. I am a man or I am a woman, and I identify as such. And I have a whole story surrounding these identities. And this is the story that I live in. This is what happened to me in childhood. And these are my dreams and my ambitions. But if you were to close your eyes right now, practically speaking, where are all of these things? And even if you could find them, if you were to witness yourself, then who would be the one witnessing? If you could even find the person you believe yourself to be, then who would be the one who found it? And what you find through this self-inquiry is your recognition as the awareness behind all of your changing experiences. When you break reality down to its fundamental elements, there are only two things that ever exist from the moment you are born until the moment that you die. That is, an infinite array of changing experiences upon the backdrop of an unchanging awareness. In your daily life, you experience all of these changing things. Then when you go to sleep and you enter into the dream world, yet again, there you are witnessing many new changing experiences. And even in deep sleep, what occurs is that the mind completely dissolves and you return to unity. And because there is no duality in this state, there can be no experience. If there is an object without you, you will not experience it. This is what they mean when they say, if a tree falls down in a forest and nobody is around to hear it, does it make a sound? And the answer to this question is no, it does not make a sound. Because a sound is an experience. And if there is no one there to experience, there can be no sound. And so too, if you are there without an object of experience, there can be no experience. And you see, this awareness that we all are, this consciousness, is the transcendent, is eternal, is infinite, is God. This is the ultimate power of creation, the source of all bliss, of all love, all peace, all joy. All humans are looking for this, but they don't know they are looking for this. This reality, this life, is God's great game of hide and seek. God forgot that God was God, so it could enjoy the process of remembering its true nature as God. And so here you are now, remembering. And I speak about these things because many people struggle every single day. They are not happy, they are not at peace all the time. They are stuck in a nightmare. And so I am here to wake them up so that you can truly begin enjoying life from this place of freedom. Because how much can you live fully while you are a slave? And people think that making money is the answer. But you are the source of all abundance. Right now within you, that is you, is more value than all the resources of this world and in the universe. Because this universe is always changing. The true nature of this world is dust. Because humans are temporary, the earth is temporary, everything is born and will die. But within you is the eternal, that which was never born and that which will never die, and will continue on with you forever into eternity. I am Ray, and I encourage you to share this video with other people to help create a more harmonious world free from so much suffering. Much peace and many blessings.